Hello, my loves. I hope everyone is doing incredibly well. I've been wanting to do a Facebook Live all day today, and I actually had something all planned out, a training about basically the aligned launch and what that looks like. Because I've realized this in the last couple of months, especially I realized it today, that I literally cried during every launch for like 4 years. And I haven't done that once this year, nor in my business at all in general, because of just the new way that I've been running it with ease and flow and all that goodness. So I've been putting a special training together for that I think we're going to do tomorrow. Actually, I've got it all blocked off, so stay tuned for that. But tonight I have something special and new that I have to share with you. So let me make sure everyone can see me and hear me here, and then we will get going. Hey, Brock, leave it. My pup wants to chase things. Who's here? Who's here? Who's here? Brock, do you want to make an appearance? My dogs, in the meantime, have gotten to my bathroom trash and hidden the top of my toothbrush. Not the one I would be using, but like one I was throwing away. Little rascals. Okay, cool. I can see it. Perfect. Okay. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and rock and roll here. Who is here? Say hi. Let me know who's here. So what I was thinking about doing is I was going to record an audio for you guys, kind of like an audio meditation, because I just had a really big realization about kind of letting go of the idea that there's such a thing as a money struggle. And I have like so much to share with you guys on this, and such big ahas I've even had on it in the last month, for sure, this month. And definitely things have been shifting consistently this year. And what I want to bring to us today is like, what if the money struggle was just done? Like, what if you didn't have to keep thinking about that? What if you didn't spend so much, or didn't feel like you had to spend so much of your time consistently trying to figure out, well, where's the money going to come from? Where's the money going to come from? Where's the money going to come from? What if you just decided that that was done, and whatever needed to be done to shift that situation, to just do it and to then move past that situation, right? As you hop on, I can see you guys hopping on now. Give a little love over in the comments so I know that you're here. I've seen a couple people have said hi. You can even just throw your favorite emoji in the comments. Doesn't have to be complicated. Or here, how about this? Give me an emoji that sums up your Monday or sums up your day. Give me an emoji that sums up your day. I'm like, oh, what am I going to put? Give me something here that shows me a little bit of what you've been doing today. Actually, this is mine. Here's mine. I'll put in the sleep emoji. I feel like I've been so max chilling today. It was just like a crazy busy weekend between Thursday through Sunday. We were up in the mountains. My husband had shows several nights. He's actually gone tonight playing music. And getting everything ready with the Intuitive Entrepreneur Challenge that was going on, the free challenge, it's still going on, and also officially launching the Intuitive Entrepreneur 6-week live immersion that's officially launched and kicks off live next week. It was just a time of a lot going on. So drop in the comments here, give me an emoji that has summed up your day in some ways. I just dropped my sleepy emoji because I think that sums me up for today. I keep thinking I'm going to do big things, and I'm like, or I could just nap. I went and got a massage just a little bit ago. That's why I'm possibly a little like red at the moment. Definitely fell asleep during that as well. So show me what's summing up your Monday for you over. I love it. Hi. Yeah, that's a good one too. Okay, drop some emojis over there for how you're feeling on Monday. And while you're getting that in there, what I was going to do originally, I was saying this a second ago, is I have this big training mapped out, basically showing you how to do more of an aligned launch. I was talking about how for the 4 years prior to this year in my business, I cried during every launch. Like, there was always a time during every single launch where I'd end up crying. And I think it's really common because there's so much pressure that we put on ourselves, and in so many ways, that we need to look good enough, and we need to make the money, and like, what if so-and-so had a big launch and I didn't? Am I not successful enough? And there's just all of this fear and frustration and comparison that goes on with it. And I can honestly say that the way I ran my business for those 4 years versus how I ran my business this year is, in some ways, would look really similar. But and how I feel about it is just night and day. And it's part of the reason that I've even created the Intuitive Entrepreneur Program, this 6-week immersion. It's completely brand new. It's going to be all live because I'm so passionate to show you guys how you can actually not just bring mindset into your business. Like someone was reaching out to me today. She's like, I've done a lot of mindset work already. I'm like, honey, if you're saying that, you probably need some more. Like we've all done a lot of it, right? But it's not something where you do the mindset work once or you do the journaling once. You're like, cool, I'm good now. Like it's a relationship. Okay. If you get married, you need to tend the relationship regularly. My anniversary is this Friday and we're heading to Vegas to renew our vows. And I can't wait to share this with you guys. And it's something that's like, we have to decide daily that of course we love each other and of course we're present. And of course we want to be in this relationship. If you have children, I don't, but if you have children, you don't give birth to them, feed them once and be like, cool, they're good. They're good to go. Yeah. They'll raise themselves. Like we're not. Actually, a majority of even nature takes care of their babies a little bit. Not all of them. Some of them leave them. Some of them eat them. Please don't do that. But like for the most part, we nurture the relationships that are important to us, right? Well, the same thing goes for your business, for your money, and for your mindset. And I can say that what I find typically happens when we start freaking out about money or we start worrying that our business isn't going to do what we want it to do, what we typically do is slip into the strategy like addiction, really is probably the best way to say it. The strategy addiction. And we jump between like other people's webinars, other people's free resources. We're like stalking their emails. I did it. I was like looking at people's emails, trying to figure out what they were doing. Why was their subject line getting better open rates? Or why was their emails leading to 6-figure launches? I was like, they must have the secret. We think that it's in the strategy. Who's thought that? Who's thought the secret is in the strategy? Manifesting Monday. Yes, welcome to Manifesting Monday, Nicole. That's what we can call it. Who believes or who has thought, you know what, the secret to the money is obviously in the strategy. If I could just get the strategy figured out, if I could just get the systems and structures in place, then everything will rock and roll in my business. Who has believed that? Tell me in the comments here, because I've totally done it. That was my 2015. And it served me to a certain extent. I fell in love with funnels last year, and I can say that I do still love funnels. But what I didn't get at that point is I thought that like 80% of results came from the strategy. And if I could just kind of keep my mindset on point and like maybe meditate now and then and actually believe that making money was possible, then I'd be good. And what I have learned coming into this year, which has been my most profitable, easiest, most flow-based year of my life, hands down. And I'm going to tell you guys more about this here in just a second. I just had this massive revelation driving to my massage and driving home from my massage. What I get now is that 80% to 90% is happening in here, is what's going on, yes, with your mindset and your belief systems and what you believe is possible and what you now choose to have as part of your identity and what you now name and claim every single day. That's where the magic is happening. The magic is not happening with the strategy. I don't care how good your strategy is. If this is on point, it doesn't even really matter what your strategy is, to be totally honest. And so 80 to 90%, I would say, comes from this shenanigans. And then, yes, some strategy can be super helpful. But like I said, if the mindset is on point, the results show up. I cannot tell you guys how many people have reached out to me in like the last 72 hours even, messaging me on Facebook saying they have to work with me in some way, signing up for different programs that I'm not even launching right now, like reaching out about all kinds of things. This is a perfect example that it has nothing to do about the strategy. The things that people have been signing up for in the last few days, I'm not even actively selling right now. Like they're not even open on my website. I've had several programs that people have reached out to me and say, hey, can I please buy this one? I feel really called to do it. Is there any chance that I could get in? And I've opened a couple things and was like, okay, I'm going to open this for you like for today because it's not technically open right now, but I can tell this is a soul desire of yours. Like, here's the link. There was no strategy that happened there. It wasn't like, and here's my strategy to get random strangers to reach out to you and buy products that they didn't even really know were available, that somehow they found that wasn't even open. Like, that's not a strategy. That's a magnetism thing. That's what I'm teaching here, is magnetism. Because if you are freaking magnetic, there is nothing that you can do that's not going to just keep you on the rise, right? Who wants to be on the rise? Who's committed to being just straight out magnetic and dropping all the crazy and the hustle and all of that we typically chase? Who's interested in that? Who's ready to drop the struggle, drop the hustle, and just be freaking magnetic, right? So much easier. Can I get a heck yes? Can I get a heck yes? Okay. So that's the first piece of it, is I got so caught up in the strategy, and I was talking to my husband on the way home tonight. I called him because he's heading down to play shows in Denver tonight. He's a musician. He's a fiddle player. And I was like, the realization that I had, Breck, leave it. He wants to go bark at the door. Is that I've never once created wealth from being frugal. I've never once created wealth from cutting back, slowing down, being frugal. I know what it feels like. I was 100% in that space coming in the beginning of last year. We just built this house. We just moved in on like New Year's Eve, basically, into this new beautiful home. Money had been pouring into my business into 2016. And I came into 2017 like, okay, I'm just going to finally take a break. I'm just going to relax a little bit. We got the new home, like money's showing up, everything's good. And then it just kind of stopped, because I set up my business in a way that if I stopped, the money stopped too. And I had just gotten exhausted. And I slipped into this fear-based place. I put everything into this launch that I wanted to be really successful. I just kept putting money into it, and that's where it was going to come from. That's what's going to make everything work. No, this isn't me being frugal. This was me going the other direction, but I was making purchases out of fear, right? And anytime that you're making purchases out of fear, you're going to attract more of that energy, more experiences that you're afraid of, more experiences that freak you out. Whereas if you're making decisions and purchases out of love, I don't care what the purchase price is. I don't care what your bank account looks like. That's going to expand. And so this afternoon, as I was driving to my massage, I had this realization that the money struggle is done. And I just want you to just let that sink in for a second, and I want you to just feel the energy of that. And if it feels too crazy or maybe not even possible for you, I invite you to just borrow my faith for a moment. Because the realization was, the money struggle's done. I've been playing this game for years. The game of like, what do I need to do to make money, even in my business? Of like, okay, I got to keep things going, got to keep the hustle on a little bit, got to keep growing the list, got to keep the next launch. And even if there's two ways that it goes. Either something goes as you expected and you're super excited and the money's coming in and yay, but then the fear starts to creep in of what if you're a one-hit wonder, and what if it never happens again, and what if that was it? That's one side of the fear when you're living in the money struggle. The other side is, why aren't things going the way that I expected them to? So this must be evidence of the demise of everything. Like, yep, everything that I hoped and dreamed would come true isn't going to happen. How dare I dream so big and think it could be so easy? Nope, that's not the case. So literally, whether things are going well or things are going crappy in whatever way, or just not even crappy, just not how we expected, we still turn them into a money struggle. We turn everything into a money struggle. Can you imagine? I mean, think for just a second, the amount of time and energy that you put into worrying about money. Can you just think about that for a minute? How often you wake up, maybe in the middle of the night, maybe first thing in the morning, maybe it's every moment throughout the day of, how am I going to make money today? How am I going to make money today? How am I going to make money today? And it becomes this loop of energy, this energetic loop that plays in our minds over and over and over again. And even if things look good for a minute, we feel so uncomfortable with not being on the roller coaster ride of, where am I going to get the money? Where am I going to get the money? Where am I going to get the money? That we immediately step back onto it because that's what we're comfortable with, right? Right? A lot of times there is this fear deep down that we don't even know is there, that if suddenly we had the money, there would be some probably big changes in our life that we're not ready for. So it feels much safer to just stay in this loop of, where's the money going to come from, and being freaked out about it and living in that space. But what if the money struggle was just done? What if it was done? What if it's just not something that you fed anymore? That's the best way to put it. You've got this little monster. He's living in your life, known as money struggle. and you just keep feeding him doubt and fear and frustration and second guessing because you've forgotten who you are. You've forgotten who you are. And that it's not that complicated. And that money is easy. And that people love to pay you. And that the easier it gets, the easier it gets. And that you don't need a bunch of complicated tech. And no, you don't need letters behind your name. And no, you don't need to be a certified anything. You literally just need to be unleashing the truth of your soul. My whole purpose on this planet is a couple things. One, to help the visionaries remember who the hell they are. Because if you're not living the full visionary life, then you've forgotten. You've forgotten who you are. You've gotten caught up in the loop. You're feeding the money struggle monster, and it feels safe in some kind of sick way to stay on that roller coaster. My job is to shake you and to wake you up. And sometimes it's in kind, loving, compassionate ways. And sometimes it's being loud and cursing and shaking you, whether energetically or physically, depending if we've met in person. But just that I know who you actually are. I know what you deserve, and I know what's available to you. The other thing that I'm here to do is to teach ease, that it's not complicated. It's not complicated. So I was literally, none of it's complicated. It's all energy. None of it is like, well, hours in, money out. Yeah, okay. How is that working for everyone? I come from a farming and ranching community. I know a lot of people who work really, really hard. And if money was directly related to how hard you worked, everyone that I grew up with in the middle of nowhere would be multimillionaires. I'm not saying don't work hard at times. I definitely worked over the last 4 days. That's why I totally chilled out today. I didn't work very hard today. I will be totally straight up honest. I wrote my emails that went out yesterday in the car because I had a lot of car time. I didn't do this Facebook Live to sell something. I did it because I felt called to do it. I don't do anything to sell something because I believe that money is easy, because the money struggle is done. And that's the big realization that I've had just today. Because I hadn't decided that yet. It hadn't even crossed my mind that I got to decide that. That like, wait, this doesn't have to be a thing anymore. What if the money struggle was just done? Like, I'm going to Vegas on Wednesday with my husband to celebrate our anniversary. And I was thinking about all the spa stuff that I kind of want to do when we get out there. And I had this moment of like, well, but I probably don't need to do all of it. You know, the spa treatments are a lot more expensive out in Vegas than they are here in Northern Colorado. And then I had this moment of, well, you either believe that abundance is infinite or you don't. And if I believe that abundance is infinite, I'm going to live from that space. So if I feel like doing one spa treatment or 8, I believe that abundance is infinite. I am no longer feeding the money struggle monster. I will no longer act from lack, period, the end. And you don't have to either. And if you're like, well, Jess, but where's the money going to come from? Where's the money going to come from? The money comes from deciding that you are the person who receives money. Now, if you need to take some sort of action to start creating a space of expansiveness for yourself, do so. Do you need to get a side job? Do you need to launch something? Do you need to extend your credit card limits? Do you need to whatever so that you can feel expansive? But that's not even true. You get to feel expansive before you do any of those things, right? And as you start feeling expansive, I haven't actually looked at my hair. Holy mackerel. I just got a massage. It doesn't count. It's just oil and massage lotion. When you feel abundant, money shows up in all kinds of ways all the time, of like random new credit cards coming in the mail and random job opportunities and all kinds of ways that cash can come to you that you didn't even expect. And having our mortgage adjusted, that happened a couple months ago. We got like a random $4,000 check. Like things selling that we were wanting to sell for several years happened a couple of months ago. Just like, what I want to invite you into is this space of ease. I was going to record an audio that you guys could listen to kind of as a meditation on this. And then I decided, you know what? I'm just going to hop on here and we're going to do this live. And what I was going to do, and you know, even recording it a little bit for myself, was taking you through these realizations that have really been hammered home for me in the last couple of days, that the money struggle's done. And honestly, in this moment, if you want to, if you're in a space to do so, you might even just take a deep breath And close your eyes here if you're not driving, and just let the words that I say here in these next couple minutes that I now choose as my truth, as my experience, to sink into your frequency as well, and to immerse and saturate who you are in this planet, okay? So just take a couple seconds here and breathe deeply into this. Money is energy. Money is energy. Money is energy. And there is an endless supply in every moment. Money is frequency. We live in an ever-expanding universe. And if the universe is ever-expanding, you better believe that abundance is as well. It just goes hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. What would it feel like in this moment to choose to decide that the money struggle is over? What would it feel like to choose and decide from this point going forward, no matter what the bank account looks like, that the money struggle is over? That there's more than enough money for all of your desires, that you, yes, of course, live in an abundant universe, that you understand that either abundance is infinite or it's not. It's just like you're pregnant or you're not. You're one or the other. You don't get to swing back and forth between the two. And if you do, you are going to get results that you don't desire. You're going to have great things show up and then crap things show up over and over and over again. It's time for you to choose. Are you going to live as if abundance is infinite or not? That is a choice that you can now make in a space that you can now live into. And of course it's infinite, just like the air that we breathe is infinite in our lungs every single day, just like the sun shows up every single day and brings infinite amounts of energy onto this planet, just like the universe is infinitely expanding every single day. Money is infinite. It's just an energy that is being traded. And guess what? The money struggle is over. People love to pay me. These are things that you can start affirming into your life every single day. Of course, people love to pay me. I don't even have to do anything for money to come in. Money comes in every single day. People are signing up for the programs that I'm not even offering right now because I'm a woman on the rise, because I'm magnetic. All these things that I'm saying right now, this isn't just about me. This is about you closing your eyes and feeling that these are true for you too. I am magnetic. I am unstoppable. I am a force to be reckoned with. I am a force of nature. I am a woman on the rise. I am magnetic. There is no more money struggle. I am liberated. I am unstoppable. I am free. People love to pay me. I am liberated right now. I live an abundant life, and I will never freaking allow the fear of lack and the bullshit and lies that there is not enough to infiltrate my divine sacred soul again, because I know better from this point on. And if you agree with me, and if you crave this, and if you want this into your life, give me a hell yes, give me an amen, give me something in the comments that you are committed to this in this moment as well. Because here's what I've decided. There is nowhere but up consistently. And the money struggle, it's dead. It's done. I did that part of my life. I'm so grateful I did. It taught me the lessons that I needed to learn so that I can deeply connect with you and with the people who are going through it right now or who have gone through it. For the women who are wondering where's the next paycheck going to come from and how am I going to pay my rent this month and how am I going to eat. For the women who have started the businesses. For the brilliant visionaries and rebels and renegades and revolutionaries. Fuck yes, I'm so proud of you and standing up. And I also know that even if you've started making money, even if you've had a massive launch, that there's still that fear inside of you of will this last? Can I keep it up? Am I a one-hit wonder? And I want you to know that you have the power to decide now and now and now and now that of course it will. Over and over and over again. And it's not about the strategy and it's not about the struggle. It's about you aligning your frequency to the frequency of wealth. And then what happens at one point, and that's what happened to me today, is I realized I don't even really need to align my frequency to wealth anymore. I am wealth. The money struggle is done. Okay? That is the energy that you need to be living, breathing, working, sweating, whatever, speaking from every single day. And I don't care if you are a coach. I don't care if you're an intuitive, a psychic, a creative, an author, a skincare company creator, like anything in between. The frequency is the same. You're either all in or you're not. You either believe abundance is infinite or you don't. And if you start walking the line in between, you better believe that your results are going to be all over the place. You're going to have these up days and down days and everything in between. So what's it going to be? So what's it going to be? Okay? That's why I wanted to hop on here today. The money struggle is done. Are you going to keep playing it out? Are you going to keep feeding the money struggle, the muggle monster? We're now going to Harry Potter land. Are you going to keep feeding the money struggle monster? The fear and desperation and frustration, and you're right, this is not an abundant universe and there's not enough. Because that's what most people do. How's that playing out for them? Look around. I'm not saying you have to spend a lot of money or make a lot of money to be happy. But if you don't feel like there's enough, then isn't it time for you to claim more? And if you want to be immersed in this, next week, I'm kicking off a 6-week live immersion where we are going through all of this deep, in-depth, live video trainings with me with all the questions answered. And not only are we doing that side of it, because like I said at the beginning, 80 to 90% of results come from this claiming, this confidence, this knowing people love to pay me. I am unstoppable. I am a total visionary badass. Nothing will ever stop me. I'm a force of nature. Of course, money is easy, and the easier it gets, and the money struggle is done. That's a decision that you need to be making daily, hourly, moment to moment, and claiming. And in addition to all of that, that's why I created the Intuitive Entrepreneur, is to walk you through that frequency. And in addition to that, I'm going to be pulling out of the vaults, the ToLivingFree vaults, all of the strategy that I use in my business. So it's not just going to be mindset. It's not going to be just strategy. Strategy by itself does not work. Stop investing in stuff that is strategy by itself. I don't care, like, you don't have to purchase from me or whatever. If you have another coach, go work with them. But strategy by itself doesn't work, because 80% plus of results come from the frequency and the alignment and the mindset piece. If you've got that in place, the strategy doesn't even matter that much. That's why how the Intuitive Entrepreneur, the 6-week live immersion is going to work, is we're going to have these live video trainings every single week where I'm going deep on exactly what we're talking about mindset-wise and recoding what's going on with you and releasing these lack and limiting beliefs so that you don't have to deal with this stuff. And of course, I'll be answering any and all questions around strategy and sharing with you exactly what it looks to do an aligned launch and to have funnels in place that are from a space of ease. And you'll be getting all the trainings for those as well. There'll be a training pack, I'm calling it. It's basically a vault of trainings that will be unlocking every single week, showing you how I do my email marketing, how I do my funnels, how I do my Facebook Live, all of that goodness and more. But that just supports the mindset and the frequency and the alignment. It does not replace it, ever, ever, ever. If you guys are interested, the link is up above in the description at ToLivingFree.com/intuitive entrepreneur. There's some epically amazing bonuses that are going on right now. There's actually a discount, depending on when you're watching this. For all of you who are on here live, there is a coupon code until midnight tonight. I'll just put it in here. Coupon code, if you type in at checkout, money loves me, I'm going to copy the link because Intuitive Entrepreneur is a super long word. I tried to think of something else and it's just like, but that's what it is. So don't type it in. Entrepreneur is the hardest word in the world to ever type. Just click it. So use the coupon code moneylovesme at ToLivingFree.com/intuitive entrepreneur. And that will give you a discount until midnight tonight on both the pay in full and the payment plan option. There's some epic bonuses going on at the moment. The first 50 who sign up are getting access to an entire video training that I did that breaks down exactly how I use Facebook Messenger to sell basically all of my premium high-end offers. I haven't done a single clarity call or sales conversation or discovery call this year. I don't do them anymore. I'm good at them. They work, but I don't want them on my schedule anymore. And I decided, why? It's a choice. It's a decision. I wanted to keep my schedule really open just for my clients and for the creative work that I love to do. So I stopped doing clarity calls and discovery calls altogether. Speaking of, that'd be a really good email to send out, right? Why I stopped doing discovery calls? See, you can get inspired at any time. Why I stopped doing discovery calls. And basically that's the fast action bonus that you get, is how to stop doing them. And you're going to get an entire training on how I do this, what I say, how I use Messenger in place of discovery calls or clarity calls. And then if you decide to pay in full, you're also going to get the exact Messenger templates that I use to sell my highest in mastermind that's brought in over 200,000 alone this year. So very sweet bonus if it's something you're interested in. If you don't want to do discovery calls anymore, I personally realized I like to just purchase over Messenger. I didn't want to get on a call or have to set that up or schedule it. And my people have loved it. I've had, I think, 2 people this entire year ask me if I do discovery calls. And I'm like, one of them happened yesterday. I'm like, nope, I just don't. There's not a need for it. And I also think that it shows, honestly, like when you get to a certain level, it just doesn't make sense, right? Like if you're starting to claim that you are the visionary entrepreneur who has millions of people that you're serving on a daily basis, like and starting to claim that and own that, it doesn't make sense for you to be filling up your schedule with discovery calls. Like people either want to work with you or they don't. Like I choose that my soulmate clients reach out to me every single day, and they sell me on why they want to work together. Like you don't have to build this massive following and nurture leads and build the know, like, and trust. The know, like, and trust will build itself if you're unleashing all of your soul. If you are hiding part of who you are and pretending to be professional and editing yourself down, then you better believe you're gonna have to build some know, like, and trust and try to sell to your people because you're not being all of you. With all the love in the world, not that you're being shady, but it's not trustworthy energetically if you're not being all of you, right? So one of the most powerful things that you can do is to unleash all of your soul. And when you do that, then make the decision that you call in soulmate clients just by being you. And then you don't need to do discovery calls or any of this other shenanigans. And that's exactly what the bonus is. So the link is up in the description right now. If you are interested in the 6-week immersion, it's live, it's brand new. I will be running it live once. I won't be running it live again. So if you want my hands-on support at an insanely approachable price point investment compared to like my higher level coaching, masterminds, and private coaching, my private coaching at this point is $5,000 a month. So getting into something like Intuitive Entrepreneur where you're getting 6 weeks of live coaching, live video trainings, and getting access to so many templates and resources and trainings on my strategy, it's a steal. It's a steal. It could easily be at least double, if not more, for this specific program. And not only are you going to get these 6 weeks unlocked to you, you're also, as a fast action bonus, if you're one of the first 50 to sign up, and there's still places for that at the moment, you're going to get access to exactly how I sell over Facebook Messenger and why I completely cut out clarity calls, sales conversations, and discovery calls. I don't do them anymore. I came into 2018 with like, why am I still doing these? Like, I love connecting with people, but I'd rather connect in this way or doing challenges or group calls or something like where we all get to connect. It's not a good use of my time personally to do discovery calls at this point. So I stopped. So I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to do that. That's one of the fast action bonuses you get for free when you join the Intuitive Entrepreneur as one of the first 50 people who sign up. And if you decide to pay in full, you're going to get an entire PDF where I've copied all of my main messengers like template that I use to sell my high-end mastermind. It's brought in over $200,000 this year alone, and you can take that, you can edit it, you can put in the name of your program, like do whatever you want with it, make it your own, and start using it right away. Those 2 bonuses alone will pay for the program. I hadn't even thought about that at this point. Those 2 bonuses alone that are free, if you get signed up as a fast action bonus, like I said, one of the first 50 people, and you pay in full, those alone will pay for the program. Like, plus then you get 6 weeks of live coaching and like tons of trainings and resources and templates in terms of exactly how I do my strategy and my hands-on support with the mindset, like the alignment piece, the dropping the money struggle once and for all. That's just bonuses, right? Okay, I'm writing this down in my little planner. For the most part, I don't use planners, but since I started doing this launch a few days ago, I'm like, all right, I'll write down a little bit of a list for a moment and stay semi-organized. Why I stopped discovery calls in 2018 and how you can too. Watch out for that email. It'll be coming out soon. Cool. Okay, cool. Any questions, guys? And that's honestly, so like that's my marketing. You guys just saw that. I'm talking about this. I'm like, actually, I bet other people would be interested in this thing as well. So what'll happen next is sometime probably in the next 24 hours, I'll see that prompt or it'll come into my brain. I'll just sit down and write out why I stopped doing them and why I don't believe them anymore. And that's why I'm giving you this amazing bonus in the Intuitive Entrepreneur when you get signed up. It's not complicated, guys. You're just putting some words on some virtual paper and sending it out to people. Like, stop putting so much energy in like, this is the thing. This is the launch that defines me. This is the email. No, it's just words. You're just sharing your message. Don't overcomplicate it, okay? It's one of the big things that we're going to be doing during the Intuitive Entrepreneur is like, we are going to be lighting some rules on fire. We're going to be stripping things down to basics. We're going to be getting to the point of letting it be easy. So if you're just hopping on, the whole thing that I was talking about is I had a huge realization today that led to a decision that the money struggle is done. I'm just not doing it anymore. It was a habit. It was something that was still in the back of my brain at times. And it's like, if I look at my income this year, first of all, it makes no sense. But it's also a decision that I started making earlier this year that, of course, started playing out in my life. And you get to decide abundance is infinite or it's not. And if you're living as abundance is infinite, then you go all in. And every decision you make needs to come from this space. Okay, any and all questions, guys? I'll open up for questions now because I haven't looked at the comments yet. I've just been on my my rant. Any questions? And while you guys are getting that typed in, just real quickly, I want to touch on what's actually covered in Intuitive Entrepreneur, just the 6 weeks. You can go to the link up above in the description. I think it's probably pinned in the comments as well. If not, I'll drop it here. Actually, maybe it's not. Let me just drop that here real quickly. If you want to know how to do this, you have to do it live. If you're on a Facebook Live, I'm just going to drop it in the comments, and then what I'm going to have to do is when I get down there while I'm still live, they'll just say pin comment underneath it if you're ever wanting to pin a comment on a Facebook Live. I'm so pink. It's because multiple reasons. I just got a massage before this Facebook Live. I was asleep during my massage. It's like cold and rainy out, so I put on a sweater, and now I'm like, maybe I should just take this off. I have on shorts. It's like weird humid here right now. Colorado is never humid. Okay, drop the questions down below. I'm going to answer questions at the moment. And I just want to touch real quickly on the 6 things that we're covering weekly. And you can read the full breakdowns. The full breakdowns are pretty freaking epic. This is one of the things that we'll actually be covering in the Intuitive Entrepreneur one of the weeks is about how to channel copy. That's 100% what this page was. I was actually having a struggle a little bit with putting the sales page copy together for the Intuitive Entrepreneur sales page. So definitely check it out and look it over and kind of see how all of that feels to you. And I was like trying to force it, trying to make myself do it. Got to get this thing done. And I knew I needed to take a break. And I finally I have some tarot cards with me, and I drew a card that said take a break. And I was like, God damn it, I don't want to take a break. I just wanted to do the page. And so I took a break, played with my dogs, walked outside. And the realization was like, I just want a clean slate. I don't have a hair tie on me. Oh, I do. Yay. I was like, I just want a blank slate for this sales page. So I deleted everything, started from scratch, and just let things pour through me. And that's what this page ended up being. Very different, I think, than how I typically do it. But still, it just felt free. It felt great. Okay, cool. So in terms of what's actually included, if you want to look over there, week 1, you are your niche, unleashing all of you and rising to the top fast. Week 2 is let your message be bigger than your bullshit, how to magnetize soulmate clients who love and buy everything you create. Week 3 is cash injection from inspired idea to sales in 72 hours or less. Oh my God, it's gonna be so good. This is basically step-by-step exactly how I run my business at this point. Week 4, surrendering your way to success, the sacred art of decision, releasing, automation, and receiving. It's such a beautiful mix because you're gonna have that mindset piece and that decision making and actually surrendering into knowing that everything is always working out for you. And in addition to that, the automation side, the funnel side, the opt-in side with ease and flow, of course. Here, this is the Intuitive Entrepreneur's version of do the work once and serve and earn over and over. Week 5 is channeling marketing plus sales copy and intuitive guidance on offers, prices, and more, what we were just talking about there. And week 6 is the aligned launch race that feeds your soul, sets you free, makes millions, and serves millions. That one's really important to me because like I was saying at the beginning of this call, literally for like 4 years, I cried during every single launch. And because there's so much pressure and stress that can go into a launch. And I'm in the middle of launching right now. And it's like I was just getting a massage and I'm going to Vegas in a couple of days. It's pretty chill. And it can be that chill and it can be that easy. And it doesn't need to be that complicated. Okay. All right. Questions. What questions do we have? I'm going to turn this light off. I'm either going to turn the light off or I'm going to have to take my shirt off. I don't know how that's going to go. I'm still like pink, aren't I? Maybe I do have to take my shirt off. I'm in a sports bra. I don't feel bad about this. I'm taking my shirt off. The only issue is it's kind of like a nude colored sports bra and I don't want to look like I'm naked. But luckily I appear to be red enough at this point. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Okay, questions. I need to listen to this, but family won't let me. I'll watch replay as soon as you're done. Perfect, Marie. Sounds great. Yes, I'm ready to be fully magnetic. Awesome, Vanessa. I love that it's all caps. That means you're serious. The money struggle is done. Done, done. Oh my God, people love to pay me. Exactly, right? That's a really good one. If you're just hopping on and you didn't catch, we did this full-on rant about money here just a little bit ago in the most wonderful, positive way in terms of the money struggle is over. People love to pay me. There's always more than enough. Like going into that space and let it be easy. Love ease. Yes, 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 yes. Hey, Lindsay, love this in you. Thank you for always keeping it so real. Definitely. Super real. I'm now in my sports bra. But you don't have to know that. Maybe it's a full purple shirt. I feel so much better since I turned off that light and took off my shirt. It was so hot in here. I am the person that receives money. Yes, committed, love it. I let go of that nonsense. I fully believe and trust that money is always flowing to me. Ease and flow, ease and flow. Deanne, I can't wait. Deanne's already in the Intuitive Entrepreneur. We're going to be rocking it out. It's going to be amazing. Yes, still believe what you're saying. Awesome. It took me quite a few years to understand this. Yeah, for sure. And there's times, I mean, people still are like, think I'm an alien for even getting this at all. So I totally understand it. It can be totally weird. But it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. That like money is just frequency. Money is just energy. It gets to be easy. The easier it gets, the easier it gets. The money struggle only lives if you keep feeding the money struggle monster, right? There's so much more available to you. Let it be easy. All right, pin in that comment. Yes, 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 so much yes. Awesome, guys, love it. Deanne, is there anything we can do to prep for the course before we go live? I would just say really connected to the challenge. So that's part of the reason, or Deanna, that I didn't put a bunch of stuff in the program before. Like it all kicks off. So Facebook group will open on, I think it's Monday, July 30th. I keep saying August 30th. It definitely opens on July 30th. It's not opening in another month. The bonus trainings are already over there, so definitely check those out. Stay connected with the challenge, the free challenge we're doing. That's why I didn't put a bunch of stuff in there because there's enough going on with that challenge right now. Like I think we're actually going to have a live video training tomorrow and possibly the next day as well with the video chat or with the Intuitive Entrepreneur free challenge that I want to like overwhelm you guys with content because there's going to be a lot going on once we kick off. So if anything, Deanna, I would just give yourself space right now. Like, is there anything that you need to clear out? Is there anything that's basically looking at your schedule and looking at your life and even like your closet and your makeup and everything in between? What's a hell yes and what's a no? And starting to create space and clear out space for the things that are really hell yeses for you so that you have space to start receiving. Awesome. Love your rant. Thank you. Totally. Love that you've loved it, Vanessa. Definitely, and check it out. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. You either believe abundance is infinite or you don't. And so that's where you've got to check in. Like, are you saying yes, 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 all of these things, of course, aligned, amazing, yes, and no, can't do that. Like, it's either a hell yes or it's no. It's either that you believe abundance is infinite or you don't. There's not an in-between game that you get to play here. And that if you want to go all in and you want to be the visionary and you want to experience that, you can't edit yourself. Right? Every time that you edit yourself or you say no to a true soul desire, you're literally taking the knob of abundance and you're turning it down, turning it down, turning it down. That's exactly what I did last year. It was like, well, someday we'll get our backyard landscape. Someday I'll work with another coach. Someday, like there was a list of things. And this year it was like, no, what's the true desire now? And it's yes, now, yes, now, yes, now. And it's not that you have to like I said, invest in all the most expensive things. Like, I don't need to have a Porsche outside because it's not my car. Like there's other things that I love more that are my car, that whether they're more or less doesn't really matter. Or like when I travel, like luxury travel is important to me. I'm trying to think of an example of like things that like a nice glass of wine. I love a nice glass of wine, but there's a certain level that I can't tell the difference between if it's a $15 glass of wine and a $45 glass of wine. So it's like, it's not always like you have to invest in the most expensive things all the time by any means. But this is what you do need to do is you have to check in on soul desires. It's either a hell yes or a no. And you can feel when something is a soul desire. You can feel when you're pulled towards it. And those things are the things that you need to learn to say yes to as quickly as possible. The faster you do and honor that, the more that life just opens up to you. When you say yes to your soul, life says yes to you over and over and over again. And every time that you say no to a true soul desire, you're basically saying, I don't believe in infinite abundance. I don't believe that there's more than enough money for me. Actually, you know what? The money struggle is real. Turning down a dial to abundance over and over and over again. All right, my loves, any other questions that you have? Anything that you have about the topic we talked about today? Anything you have about the intuitive entrepreneur? Like I said, we kick off next week. Doors close this Saturday. There's fast action bonuses available right now. There's a special coupon code, Money Loves Me, that you can use until midnight tonight. That'll give you a discount on both the pay in full and payment plan. There's some awesome bonuses available. Go check it out. It's up above in the description, ToLivingFree.com/intuitive entrepreneur. It's also pinned in the comments. All right, my loves, I'll see you soon. I don't think there's any other questions, right? Makes sense? Totally. Actually made a live. I definitely need to feel what pulls me. Definitely. Always go with what pulls you. Like, I almost wasn't even going to do this Facebook Live because I was going to do a big training that I've decided to hold off on now, probably till tomorrow. But I needed to share this message that what if the money struggle was just done? And if you decide that, then you then need to show up in that way. You can't just decide that and say, yeah, I believe that abundance is infinite, and then turn around and say no to all the things that you desire. You're either in or you're not. There's no like sitting on the fence with this one. Love it. Oh, I love it. Absolutely, Deanna. I'm so excited we get to work together. All right, I will see you in Intuitive Entrepreneur. Until Living Free, my loves, this is Jessica Kaver Lindholm. Bye.